You don't hear the creak of the rocking chair any louder than yesterday. The morning sun filters through the thin curtain. Everything looks just as it did. But something has shifted, quietly inside. Time moves slower now, but it never stops. The body whispers in new ways, a stiff knee, a shorter breath. And then a quiet question surfaces. Is this just what aging feels like? Maybe the challenge isn't the passing of time. Maybe it's what we stopped tending to, what's still alive within us. And what if vitality isn't about age at all, but about how we wake each morning? People like Johanna Quaz, a gymnast at 95, or Dr. Shigaki Hinohara, still caring for patients at 105. They don't live despite their age. They live through it, because they made simplicity their compass. And what if you, too, could nurture health and clarity without prescriptions, without promises, just through habits? Simple, daily, present, waking up early with purpose and gratitude. There's a moment before the world awakens. The first light stretches across the room. The birds sing closer than usual. And before the noise begins, your heart can still hear what truly matters. Waking early isn't just a habit. It's a quiet chance to meet your own life before it rushes past. For many, waking up is automatic, just another motion. But when you open your eyes with intention, your body responds. Breath deepens. Thoughts soften. And for a brief moment, you simply exist. You feel. You give thanks. No rush, no demand. Just the quiet gift of being alive again. Gratitude at daybreak isn't magic, but it's nourishment. Not for your stomach, but your spirit. Whispering thank you upon waking is like watering a hidden flower. It grows slowly, and it blooms in the little gestures. A slow coffee, a mindful walk, a spontaneous smile. According to the Mayo Clinic, daily gratitude can reduce inflammation, improve sleep quality, and ease chronic pain. The nervous system responds to gratitude as it does to deep rest. It's as if the body says, I'm safe. And in that space, healing begins. Living begins. Waking with meaning isn't about the hour. It's about the why. The reason that warms your heart, even a small one. Tending to a plant. Calling someone you love. Breathing in the morning air. Those quiet reasons, when truly felt, brighten you more than the sun itself. If you feel like you don't have a reason, that's okay. Sometimes meaning doesn't come in words. It shows up in silence, in the empty house, or in the warmth of the teacup on the stove. Sometimes it's enough to wake up and allow yourself to feel, without rejecting, without forcing. Just feel. Some say aging takes your reasons, but maybe it just removes the noise. What's left is essential, and the essential can be deep. A breeze through the open window, an old radio crackling, a note you've kept for decades. Life, if you look closely, offers many small beginnings. Every day. Time is generous to those who greet the day with open hands. And you? What do you feel when you open your eyes? Staying physically active, gently and daily. You don't need to run marathons or lift heavy weights. But your body, this quiet temple, was built to move. It doesn't ask for much, a short walk, a few steps up the stairs, a slow stretch in the morning. With a movement, you give your life rhythm, and your heart a song. Stillness is easy, especially when the world says you've done enough. But now, your body needs you. Not like a tired machine, but like a garden still ready to bloom. A walk to the store, stretching while your tea steeps, dancing softly in the living room. Each gesture is a quiet promise. I'm still here, and your body listens. A 2022 Harvard Medical School study revealed that regular light walking improves circulation and boosts cognitive function in the people over 65. Participants who moved at least 20 minutes a day felt less anxious and slept more deeply. It's as if the body said, "Keep going. This feels right." Movement isn't a task. It's an invitation. It allows life to flow through your skin, your muscles, your force, and when the body moves, something inside shifts too. Thoughts settle, emotions ease, and even if the problem doesn't vanish, it becomes lighter, more breathable. Remember, your body is wise. It doesn't demand much, just consistency. A morning stretch, a few breaths while rolling your shoulders, a short stroll to the corner market. These small acts are like little notes of care you leave for yourself. They say, "I'm looking out for me." And if you're in pain, go gently. Respect your limits, but don't retreat inside them. Pain is often a call for movement, for circulation. Conscious motion is like opening a window in a dark room. The light arrives slowly, but it arrives. Aging doesn't have to mean stiffness. It can also mean lightness, a quiet dance inside. Listen to your body's rhythm and follow it gently, as you would the hand of an old friend. No rush, no destination, just walking together. The body, like the soul, brightens when it moves. And you? How did you move today? Eating light and natural. With intention, a warm bowl of soup, a small piece of bread, a moment of silence before the first bite. That's how simple nourishment can be. Not as a diet, not as a duty, but as an act of love. After Siwi, the body asks for less, but better, lighter, fresher, more alive, and most of all, enjoyed in peace. Many eat without tasting. The radio plays, the TV talks, but the body listens only to one thing: your awareness. An apple in your hand. Its color, its scent, the crunch of the first bite. When we eat with all our senses, food becomes healing, not just for the body, but for the mind too. Vegetables, fruit, whole grain rice, warm herbal teas, small portions, slowly chewed. This is how digestion works with strength and ease. The gut stays calm. Sleep deepens. The heart softens. And it all begins not with what we eat, but how we eat. A study from Leipzig University found that people who eat slowly and regularly suffer less from digestive issues, insomnia, and blood sugar swings. Slowness is protection, not just for organs, but for the soul. Because those who eat slowly live against the rush of the world. Eating light doesn't mean going without. It means giving your body what it truly needs. Not too much, not too little, just enough to feel clear and awake. Like a bird that soars, because it carries no extra weight. Emotions often sit in the stomach too. Heavy thoughts, buried feelings. Choosing light meals intentionally can feel like a conversation with yourself. I hear you. I'm not overwhelming you. I'm here. That's how food speaks, when love prepares it. And if you eat alone, make it a ritual. Light a candle. Sit in stillness. Take a few slow breaths. Whisper inside, "This food nourishes my life." Even a simple meal in stillness becomes a moment of connection. Eat not to feel, but to feel. And you? Can you sense what your body truly needs? Avoiding mental and emotional stress. Sometimes the day begins quietly. Then one thought arrives. An old argument. A future worry. And suddenly, the chest tightens. Breath shortens. The color drains from the day. Stress enters quietly, and stays if we don't notice it. The body doesn't know the difference between a real tiger and a thought tiger, but it reacts just the same. Tension, fatigue, inner pressure. Chronic stress speeds aging. It steals sleep, weakens the immune system, and dulls joy in the simplest things. The good news, it can be reversed. Not by controlling everything, but by letting go. Not every thought is truth. Not every feeling needs to stay. Lightness begins in the mind. One conscious breath, one kit, I release this, and something shifts. A study from Charité Berlin showed that daily mindfulness practice can significantly lower cortisol levels in older adults after just a few weeks. Sometimes 10 minutes is enough. A calm breath, a still gaze, and a heart rediscovering trust. Forgiveness plays a role too, not for others, but for your own peace. Letting go of old stories without forgetting them. One stone at a time from the backpack of years. So the road feels lighter. Nature also helps. A walk among trees, a gaze toward the sky, the sound of moving water. Each one reminds us we're part of something bigger. Our worries can dissolve like morning mist in the sun. Another key, setting boundaries. Don't absorb everything. You don't have to answer every opinion. Sometimes a kind no is the greatest act of self-care. Peace doesn't come from withdrawal, but from being close to what heals you. A quiet mind heals a tired body. And you? What are you gently letting go of today? Lifelong learning and staying curious. You're never too old for a first time. A new word, a different melody, an unexpected thought. The brain, like a garden, needs tending. Not with pressure, but with wonder. When you learn, you grow. Even at 70, even at 90. And sometimes a new idea heals more than any pill. Curiosity is an inner light. It brightens your eyes. It expands your heart. When you ask, why, how, what if, you stay alive. You don't need a stack of books. A conversation is enough. A poem. A memory. A documentary that makes you pause. Learning isn't school. It's staying awake. Seeing the world with fresh eyes every day. Noticing patterns in the bird's flight, in the rhythm of your breath, in your grandchildren's stories. In this way, aging isn't shrinking. It's opening. Heidelberg University studies show that older adults regularly exposed to new stimuli face significantly lower risks of dementia and depression. Trying a new recipe, memorizing a line of poetry, understanding a foreign word. That's enough to keep the mind limber and the soul vibrant. But it's not just about your brain. Curiosity feeds your heart too. It brings back wonder. That sense of, I'm not done with this world yet. And that's powerful because it reminds you, life flows if we flow with it. Often a voice says, I'm too old for that. But who says so? A person is not a piece of furniture. You're changeable, teachable, and yes, allowed to make mistakes. Because learning isn't about being perfect. It's about staying open. Curiosity connects us. When you ask, you listen. When you listen, you learn. And suddenly, you feel it again. You're part of a living world. Not just watching, but participating. With voice, with wonder, with soul. Those who ask, stay alive. And you? What would you love to learn for the first time today? Serving others, quietly, and from the heart. Service isn't an old-fashioned word. It's a quiet path toward meaning. Not as a duty, but as a gift. When you listen, when you help without expecting anything, something warm rises within you. A strength that lifts, not drains. In older years, the question may come, What do I still have to give? But giving isn't about having much. It's about being present. A smile, a visit, a kind word at the right moment. Sometimes a hug heals more than medicine ever could. Humans are made for connection. Those who feel needed live longer. It's not just wisdom, it's dating. A University of California study found that senior volunteers have better heart health and higher life satisfaction. Service works like medicine, but with soul. But not all service is seen. You can serve in silence, through patience, through peace that radiates. When you stay calm in the chaos, you anchor others. When you carry hope, you become a quiet lantern. That too, service. What matters is that it comes from joy, not guilt, not obligation. Ask yourself, what brings me joy? What feels easy? That's where your gift lies. What only you can offer. No stage, no pressure, just presence. When you give, you feel it. Your life has meaning, not despite your age, but through it. You offer depth. You offer stillness. You offer memory where others are still searching. And your giving becomes a reminder. Everything is connected. And if you feel there's nothing left to do, you can still bless. In thought. With love. That's a service no one sees, but many feel. Because heart touches heart, even without words. To serve is to forget yourself and find yourself anew. And you, who will you quietly offer your light to today? Even when the body slows and the world grows quieter, there remains a pulse, steady, sacred, alive. You are not fading. You are refining. With every breath, you carry decades of grace, of losses endured, of love given freely. Aging is not a retreat. It's a return to essence, to meaning, to what truly matters. And if each day begins with presence, even the smallest act becomes profound. You are not what you can no longer do. You are everything you still carry. You don't need to do something grand. Just small things, done daily with love. A glass of water in the morning, a walk under the sun, a soft thank you, whispered before the world wakes. That's where strength lives. Not in the more, but in the meaningful. These acts aren't chores. They are reminders that your body still holds you, that your time still has space, and that every breath is a quiet call to return to yourself, to your rhythm, to your quiet center. These habits aren't rules. They're invitations, gentle doorways to what's still alive in you. A stretch, a word, a pause. With time, these moments layer into something deeper, a kind of peace that isn't loud but lasting. Repetition, far from weakness, becomes a sacred rhythm. It transforms habit into ritual. And from ritual emerges a quiet strength. You don't have to impress anyone. Just show up for yourself again and again until showing up becomes who you are. There's wisdom in repetition, in greeting each day, not with urgency, but with awareness. The walk to the mailbox, the way you sip your tea, the smile you give the cashier. Life doesn't demand greatness. It asks for presence. And in your presence, life expands. It slows, it softens. The body might ache. The days may blur. But in choosing to be here, fully you say, I matter. This moment matters. Even in stillness, I create meaning. So if these words touched you, pause. Not to react, but to feel. Maybe write down what gives your day meaning. Maybe share it. Or maybe just sit with it. No one needs to see it for it to be real. You're not invisible. Your experience is a lantern for others walking similar paths. You've come far, not just in years, but in insight. And if you choose, each new morning can carry that same quiet truth. I'm still becoming.